ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकार गूढ़ार्थ महाविभूत्या ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां सदा बालरूपापि विघ्नाद्रिहन्त्री महादन्ति वक्त्रापि पञ्चास्य मान्या विधीन्द्राविमृग्या गणेशाभिधामे विधत्तां श्रियं कापि कल्याणमूर्तिः मयूराधिरूढं महावाक्यगूढं मनोहारि देहं महच्चित्तगेहं मयि देवदेवं महादेव बालं महावेदभावं भजे लोकपालम् दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिः स्फटिकमणिमयीमक्षमालां दधाना हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना. Okay, let us do all the four dhyana shlokas today. Okay. I'll go back on what we saw last week and then continue with the other three. So I've prepared a document for this. Let me also share that. Can you see this? Can you see what's being shared? Is this visible? Is this visible to all? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Right. The first dhyana shlokam. सिंदूर अरुण विग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्य मौलि स्फुरत् तारानायक शेखरां स्मितमुखीं आपीन वक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां अलिपूर्ण रत्न चषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं. In some cases it's given as vibhratim. Okay. सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थ रक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परां अंबिकाम्. So Sinduraruna Vigraham. Sindura means the color of Sindura, which is orangish red. Aruna is the color of the rising sun. So her entire form is shining like the color of a rising sun. Trinayanam, the one with three eyes. Manikya Mauli Spurat. Mauli means hair and Manikya is red colored rubies. So her hair is beautifully decorated with rubies and therefore it looks like she's having a headgear that's shining. So Manikya Mauli Spurat Tara Nayaka Shekharam. Tara is stars. Nayaka is the beloved of the stars, which is the moon. Shekhara means hair. So she's holding the moon, the digit moon in her hair. Smita Mukhim. Smita means gentle smile. Mukhi is face. So she has this beautiful gentle smile on her face, which appears as if her entire face is brightened up with that gentle smile. So Smita Mukhim. Apina Vakshoruham. So she has breasts that are full, which means it's not yet consumed. So this is, as I said in the last class, a symbolism to convey that she is the mother of the entire creation. Therefore, she is said to have this kind of a depiction for us to understand that she nourishes all living beings. Right? So, Apina Vakshoruham, one who has a full bosom. Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam. Panibhyam means in her two hands. In one hand she has Alipurna Ratnam. Ratna Chashakam. Ratnam means precious gems. Chashakam is a cup or a glass. So in one of her hands, she has Alipurnam. What is Alipurna? Ali is nectar. So in one of the hands, she has a cup just studded with precious gems. In that cup, she has nectar filled to the brim. So she's holding that in one of her hands. Then Raktotpalam. In the other hand, she's holding a red lotus. Vibhratim, she's shining in this form. Vibhrati means she's shining in this form. Saumyam. Saumya means the one who appears very soft and innocent and beautiful. Ratna Gathastha Rakta Charanam. So her charanam, her legs, her feet are Rakta Varna, which is they're red hued. They appear to be rosy and pinkish. Okay, and these soft legs, she has placed it on top of a pot, gatha, which is studded with precious gems. So let us meditate on one such form of Parambika, the Supreme Goddess. Okay. So for the sake of those who are following this in Hindi, let me just repeat this verse in Hindi. Sindura Aruna Vigraham. जो अंबिका है जिनका स्वरूप सिंदूर अरुण वर्ण का है। अरुण है सूर्य के उदय समय का जो वर्ण है वो, तो देवी का वर्ण जो है वो ऑरेंज रेड, वो सूर्योदय के समय जो सूर्य का वर्ण होता है वो वर्ण में जो प्रकाशमयी है वो। त्रिनयनाम, जिनके 3 नेत्र हैं। माणिक्य मौली स्फुरत, माणिक्य जो रेड रूबीज कहते हैं वो उनके बालों में बहुत अच्छे से सजाया गया है, तो ऐसे लगता है कि उनके सर पर मकुट है रूबीज का, तो इससे वो बहुत प्रकाशमयी दिख रही है। तारा नायक शेखरम, तारा मीन्स तारे, नायक तारा नायक इस चंद्रमा। सो उन्होंने अपने बालों में चंद्रमा, तृतीया चंद्रमा को आभूषण के रूप में धारण किया है। स्मिता मुखीन, जिनके मुख पर एक बहुत मंद स्मित है, मंद मंद सा मुस्कान, जिससे उनका पूरा मुख खिला हुआ सा लग रहा है। स्मिता मुखीन आपीना वक्षोरुहाम, जिनका स्तनपान नहीं किया गया हो ऐसे स्तन जिनके हैं। तो ये बात को हमें बताने के लिए ऐसे डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया गया है कि वो समस्त जगत की माँ है और सबका पालन पोषण वो करती है। राइट। फिर अलिपूर्ण पाणिभ्याम अलिपूर्ण रत्न चषकम। पाणिभ्याम मतलब दोनों हाथों में, एक हाथ में उन्होंने क्या रखा है? अलिपूर्णम। अली मतलब नेक्टर, अमृत, और वो कहाँ पर है? उनके हाथ में एक चषक है, एक ग्लास है जिसमें बहुत मूल्यवान रत्न उस ग्लास में स्टडेड है, और उसमें उन्होंने नेक्टर यानी अमृत रखा है। वो एक हाथ में उन्होंने धारण किया है, दूसरे हाथ में है रक्त उत्पलम यानी रक्त वर्ण का, लाल वर्ण का जो लोटस है वो, अरविंद है वो। तो ये स्वरूप में वो विभ्रतीम, प्रकाशमयी लग रही है। सौम्याम, जो अति सुंदर है। रत्न घटस्थ रक्त चरणाम, जिनके चरण रत्न से युक्त गठ के ऊपर रखे गए हैं, और जो चरण एकदम रक्त वर्ण के हैं और एकदम सॉफ्ट सौम्य दिख रहे हैं, वैसे चरण जिन अंबिका का है, जो परांबिका है, उस पर हम ध्यान करें। राइट। So any questions on whatever I've said so far? Any questions?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, clear, right? Right. Shall I go to the next shloka then?
Yes.
So let us finish understanding the shlokas and then we can probably, chant them, learn to chant them. Yes, so
Yes.
let's do that with understanding. Yes. The next shloka. So in this document, there's a word by word meaning. Whatever I've told word by word, I've also put that in this document. I'll share the link with you. The second shloka, again, very beautiful. Arunam karunatarangitakshim धृतपाशाङ्कुश पुष्पबाण चापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहम् इत्येव विभावये भवानी. Okay, let me repeat this. Arunam karunatarangitakshim धृतपाशाङ्कुश पुष्पबाण चापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहम् इत्येव विभावये भवानी. Okay. Vibhavaye Bhavani. That is where we start understanding this shloka. Vibhavaye means I meditate. मैं इनका ध्यान करती हूँ. किसका? भवानी. भवानी का ध्यान. I meditate on Bhavani. So what is the meaning of Bhavani? Bhav की जो पत्नी है वो, the wife of Bhava, is called Bhavani. So there's a very beautiful shloka in Saundarya Lahari where Adi Shankara says, Bhavani tvam dase mayi vitara drishtim sakarunam iti stotum vanchan bhavani tvam iti yaha tadaivatvam tasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputamakuta nirajita padam. So the shloka says, Bhavani tvam dase mayi vitara drishtim. That is, there is this bhakta, I am your bhakta, and I want to tell you, hey Bhavani, tvam dase, on your das, on your servant, vitara drishtim sa karunam, on me who is your servant, please cast one kataksha, one sidelong glance, just one. And thinking in this way, I have started addressing you, hey Bhavani. You have not even heard my entire plea. You have not even heard my entire sentence. But the moment I've started my request saying, hey Bhavani, that moment, okay, you have come in front of me to give me the highest samadhi state. So there are three states of samadhi. One is sa lokyam. Sa lokyam means having, having achieved such spiritual merit that you're able to see your Aradhya Devata right in front of you. So that is called Salokyam. The second is Sarupyam. Sarupyam is getting a form similar to that of your Aradhana Devata. The highest is Sayujyam, where you become one with that Devata. Right? You are not separate from her, you just become one with her. So the moment we start Bhavani, Devi doesn't give us Salokyam or Sarupyam. She's immediately there to give us Sayujyam. That is the, praise of Bhavani. Okay. The significance of the name Bhavani. So here we are using that name to address her. Right? Bhavani. Hey Bhavani. Okay. Hey Bhavani. How is she? Let us meditate on that Bhavani. उस भवानी पर हम ध्यान करें. किल्ला क्लास Who is Arunam? जो अरुण वर्ण की है, the one who has reddish orange hue, the one who is the color of Aruna Varna, Arunam. Okay, so let us meditate on that form of Bhavani whose color is Aruna Varna, reddish orange hue of the rising sun. Okay, that is the meaning of Arunam. On that Aruna. So, because she is of the reddish orange color, her name itself has become reddish orange. Because her color is Arunam, she is called Arunam. Okay, Arunam. Karuna Tarangitakshi. Karuna Taranga means waves of compassion. Karuna ka tarang. Tarangi mane waves, right? Karuna is compassion. तो अक्षी इज आइस, तो उनके नेत्र ऐसे हैं कि जब वो देखती है तो ऐसे लगता है कि करुणा का तरंग उनके आंखों में से आ रहा हो, राइट? द मोमेंट शी सीज अस विथ हर आईज, it feels as if waves of compassion are flowing from her eyes towards us. So her akshi, her eyes look like they are karuna taranga, waves of compassion are flowing from them, and therefore she is called the one who has eyes which has waves of compassion flowing from them. So karuna tarangitakshi. Is this understandable? Karuna tarangitakshi. Give me a thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. So according to this dhyana shloka, she is of the reddish orange hue. She has eyes that radiates compassion. So that's the first line. The second line of the shloka. Dhrita pashankusha pushpabana chapam. Dhrita means she is holding. उन्होंने धारण किया है. क्या धारण किया है? What is she holding? Pasha ankusha pushpabana chapam. So she is having 4 hands and she is holding these 4 things in her four hands. इनके 4 हस्त हैं और 4 हस्तों में ये सारी चीजें हैं. What are those 4 things? Pasha, pash, noose, right? All of us know what a noose is. With a rope, you tie it in a circular form, right? That is a noose. That is called a pasha. Okay. Then ankusha. Ankusha is a goad. It looks like an axe. It is used to control an elephant. So the person who is riding on the elephant, right, he uses an ankusha to control a powerful animal like an elephant. The elephant is struck with that ankusha. The elephant knows what to do for the instructions of the rider. It's called a goad. It looks like an axe. So it's called ankusha. Then pushpa bana, flowery arrows. Pushpa ke baan. Usually bana, arrows are very dangerous, right? Yes? Arrows.
Drita.
Dhrita means holding. The one who holds. Dhrita matlab having it in your hand. She is the one who holds. Okay. So Pasha, Ankusha, Pushpa Bana, flowery arrows. Chapam, Chapam. Chapam is the bow. What is the bow that she carries? Later we are going to see in the verses. She has a sugarcane bow. It's not a normal bow. It's a sugarcane bow, flowery arrows. With that she conquers the entire world. उनके हाथ में जो चाप है, जो धनुष है, वो इक्षु का है. इक्षु is sugarcane. And Bana is, what are the arrows there? Flowery arrows. What flowers we will see later. In the verses, there's a separate nama for this. Okay. She's holding these things in her 4 hands. तो उनके चारों हाथों में पाश है, अंकुश है, पुष्प बाण है और चाप. Right? Then, अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः. Mayukha or mayukhaihi means by rays. She is surrounded by rays. Rays of light. But they are not ordinary rays of light. They are animadibhihi, Shakti. They are Shaktis. Okay? They are Siddhis. Siddha Shaktis, whose names start from Anima. Anima Adi means starting from Anima. So the Siddha Shaktis are surrounding her in the form of rays of light and they emanate from Devi. So what are these Animadi Shaktis? So I've enlisted in this document here. You can go back to referring it later. Okay. Anima means the ability, the yogic power to become very small as an atom. The second is Mahima. Mahima is the yogic power to become as big as possible. Right? Garima is the ability to become as heavy as one wants. Laghima is the yogic power to get as light as you want, as light as air. Then there are more siddhis like prapti, prakamya, ishitva, vashitva, right? Being able to attract someone, being able to repel someone from you, being able to surround everything, being able to attain what you want. They are all called siddhis. There are 8 such siddhis. So these siddhi shaktis are around the Devi in the form of light. Okay. And they emanate as rays from her. So, what reference do you know about Ashtama Siddhis? Have you heard about this before? Ashtama Siddhis, Anima, Mahima, Lakhima, Garima. Have you heard of this before?
கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம் மேம். அதாவது சித்தர்கள் உபயோகப்படுத்தின அந்த அவ வந்து அந்த யோகத்தின் மூலமா பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரியான ஒரு.
Yes, correct. Hanuman was the one who possessed all the 8 siddhis. In Sundarakanda, we see Lord Hanuman getting bigger, getting minute, getting lighter, getting heavier, being able to fly. Yes, he knew all the 8 siddhis. Where do we find this reference? In Hanuman Chalisa, right? Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke Data. Yes, one very famous person we know is Hanuman, who had all the 8 siddhis. So they are all Shaktis who are surrounding the Devi. Right? So she's surrounded by light waves, Mayukhaihi. And these light waves are they're not normal light rays, they are Animadi Shaktis, Siddha Shaktis, Siddhis. Okay. And the next verse says, Aham ityeva vibhavaye bhavani. So she is that Bhavani, the wife of Bhava. Bhava is the one who immerses us in the samsara and who also takes us out of this samsara. So the only one person who can do that is Lord Shiva and his wife Bhavani. Therefore, because she is capable of pulling us out of this ocean of samsara, how does she reside within us? Aham iti. She is constantly within us as that constant calling of life. I'm not talking about ahamkara, ego. I'm talking about aham. Do any of us have this question, whether you exist or not? நம்ம உசுரோட இருக்கோமா இல்லையான்னு யாருக்காவது கேள்வி தோணி இருக்கா? Have you ever felt if you're alive or not? No, right?
No,
Why?
ma'am.
Because there's always that feeling, right? I am alive. I am there. So that I am, the sense of I, which is always constantly keeping us going, right? That I sense is Devi. That aham is Lalita herself. So that sense of being alive, right? That is Devi. That is what the shloka says. Aham iti. That bhava of I exist. That is Devi herself. And she shines within each of us with that bhava, within that emotion of I exist, I am. So let us all meditate on this form of Devi. हम उस भवानी पर ध्यान करें जो अहम के रूप में हमारे अंदर विराजमान है, जो अणिमादि शक्तियों से आवृत है, जो मयूखा बनकर, लाइट रेज बनकर उनके आसपास रहती हैं, जिनके हाथ में पाश है, अंकुश है, पुष्प बाण और चाप है, और जो अरुण वर्ण की है, और जिनके आंखों से करुणा का तरंग निकलता है. Right? Let us all meditate on that form of Devi, who exists as the sense of I within us, who is shining within us, who is surrounded by Animadi Shaktis, who holds Pasha, Ankusha, Pushpabana and the bow, flowery arrows and bow in her hand, who is of the color of orange reddish hue, and whose eyes emanate waves of compassion. So let us all meditate on this form of Devi. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. The next. ध्याये पद्मासनस्थाम विकसितवदनाम पद्मपत्रायताक्षीम हेमाभाम. One निमिष, just a minute. Let me kind of put all of this together. Okay. ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीम् हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसद् हेमपद्मां वराङ्गीम् सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीम्. ध्यायेत, लेट अस मेडिटेट. हम उस देवी पर ध्यान करें. हु इज पद्मासनस्थाम, हु इज सीटेड ऑन, asana is seat, who is seated on padma, padma is lotus. So let us meditate on that form of devi who is seated on a lotus. This is one meaning. हम उस देवी पर ध्यान करें जो पद्म को आसन बना के बैठी है, जो लोटस को आसन बना के बैठी है. और उसका दूसरा मतलब है ऐसी देवी जो पद्मासन में विराजमान है, द वन हु इज सिटिंग इन पद्मासना. सो हाउ डू यू सिट इन पद्मासना? It's a unique yogic pose, right, where both your feet actually rest on your lap and they appear like this, as if a fully blossomed lotus. Yes, so she is seated in that pose. So let us meditate on that devi who is seated in padmasana. The other meaning,
Padmasanam அப்படி சொல்றது. Is that the same thing mentioned here?
என்னமா?
Padmasanam. Yoga in Padmasanam, we used to put one asana no? By folding our legs. The same like thing it's mentioning here, right?
That's what I'm saying. There are two ways to interpret this word. Okay. One is she's seated on a lotus. So the lotus has become her seat. What does that mean? She's so delicate that she can make a lotus her seat. So how soft is a lotus?
Okay.
How soft is a lotus?
So
So if we say the Devi is able to make that her seat, how delicate is she? Right? So that is one meaning. The other meaning is Padmasana Stham. Stha means to stay. So how is she staying in Padmasana? The yoga pose, right? Where you stay, the legs are like this.
Yeah.
So two ways to interpret this. Okay. When we look at the form of Lalita as Kanchi Kamakshi in Kanchipuram, we are able to see that she is seated in Padmasana. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Wait, maybe I can share the picture. Give me a moment. Okay, I got a picture from the www. So let me share that here. Can you see this? Can you see the legs?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is as if it is in Padmasana, right? If you look at other pictures, in every picture you'll be able to see this.
Yes.
If we go by very authentic images, even in those images, you'll be able to see this. All these pictures. See. In every picture, you'll be able to see this.
Yes.
Yeah. She's seated in Padmasana. She's seated on a lotus, then she's seated on Padmasana also. One moment. Hey. Ennapa? Right? So that is what it means when we say Padmasanastham. Clear?
Yes.
So ध्यायेत Padmasanastham. So देवी जो पद्मासन में बैठी है और जो लोटस को अपना आसन, अपना सीट, अपना आसन बना के बैठी है वो. Then Vikasita Vadanam. Vadana is face. So how is her face? Vikasita. जिनका मुख विकसित है. One whose face has blossomed. It has bloomed. What does that mean? Her face is radiant like a lotus that has bloomed. So here she is indirectly compared to lotus, and each of her anga, each of her body parts, each of her divine body parts are compared to a lotus. Okay, so Vikasita Vadanam is the one who has a blossomed face, right? Padma Patraya Takshim. Padma is lotus. Patra is
Leaf.
petal. So Padma Patra means lotus petal. Okay. Ayata means long, elongated. Akshi means eyes. So she is the one who has her eyes. Akshi, which is Ayata. Ayata means it's long, it's elongated. Elongated like what? A Padma Patra, a lotus petal. Okay, so she has long lotus petal like eyes. जिनके नेत्र लोटस के पत्र, पद्म के पत्र जैसे हैं, जो एकदम ऐसे लंबे हैं. So how is a lotus petal? So it is wide in the center and it tapers as it goes to the corners, right? That's the shape of a lotus petal. So her eyes are of that shape. Padma Patraya Takshim. Next, Hema Bham. Hema means gold. Abha means shining, luster, brilliance. So entire body is as if it is shining like gold. So her complexion looks like she is gold. So at a place we see there is a reddish complexion, then there's a golden complexion. So there's no exact color mentioned. So let us assume it is golden red, golden orange. I hope you get the color right.
Yes.
Yes. So Hema Bham. Then Pita Vastram. Yellow colored Vastra. Peet Varna ke Vastra. She is wearing golden robes, golden Vastra. Then Kara Kalita Lasad. Kara means hand. Okay. Kalita means bud. Lasat means shining. Hema means gold. Padma means lotus. So we see that her hands are like lotus buds. So golden in color, shining golden in color, and as soft as lotus buds. Okay. So Kara Kalita Lasad Hema Padmam. Varangin. Angam or Angin means her limbs, her body. So different parts of her body. उनके शरीर का हर अंग कैसा है? Varangin. Vara means something that is very superior. So her limbs are of superior nature. They look very, royal. Okay. And what does the previous word say? as soft as lotus, a lotus bud. Okay. So she has very divine, beautiful, superior limbs. So Varangim. Next. Sarvalankara Yuktam. So she is ornamented in all ways possible. उन्होंने अपने आप को इतने सर्वोत्तम तरीके से अलंकृत किया है. So she is not there without ornamentation. She is decorated, her form is decorated with all kinds of ornamentation. எல்லா விதமான அலங்காரங்களும் அம்பாள் தரிச்சின்றிருக்கா. So சர்வாலங்கார யுக்தாம் சததம் அபயதாம். சததம் is always, हमेशा. अभयदाम, अभय प्रदान करने वाली, the one who gives abhayam. Abhayam is protection. Da is to give, abhaya is protection. She is the one who is always giving protection. Abhayadam. To whom? Bhakta Namram. Namra is the one who bow before us, before her. So Bhakta Namram is all her devotees who bow down to her, who seek her protection. To them, she is always giving protection. She is that Bhavani. She is that wife of Bhava. She is that supreme goddess. Right? Then Shri Vidyam. Her form is that of Shri Vidya. Shri Vidya is the ultimate divine knowledge. So she herself is the form of that knowledge. So therefore she is called by the name of that knowledge itself. The name of that knowledge is called Shri Vidya. Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim. Her form itself is very peaceful, calm, and very, very serene. Her form itself, looking at her form, you will feel a lot of peace, lot of serenity. Because her form itself is like that. So she's Shantamurtim. Sakala Suranutam. Sakala Sura is all the other devatas. She is worshipped by all the devatas. Nutam is the one who is worshipped. Worshipped by whom? Sakala Sura. Sura means gods. Sakala Sura means all the gods worship her. Because they derive their Shakti from her only. So she is Sakala Suranutam. Sarva Sampat Pradatrim. She gives all kinds of auspiciousness, all kinds of prosperity to everyone who comes to her. So Sarva Sampat Pradatrim. Is this understandable? Any questions with this? The third shloka.
No, ma'am.
Clear? Yes. The final shloka, Dhyana shloka is Sakunkuma Vilepanam Alika Chumbikasturikam Samandahasite Kshanam Sasharachapa Pashankusham Ashesha Janamohinim Arunamalya Bhushambaram Japa Kusuma Bhasuram Japa Vidhau Smare Dambikam Sakunkuma Vilepanam. So her form, another form of her is described. It appears as if in her entire body she is smeared with kunkuma. Kunkuma is sindoor. She is anointed with kunkuma. It is made out of musk. Okay, and appears rosy or reddish. So her entire limbs are anointed with kunkuma. Vilepanam means anointed, applied. So it appears like all her limbs are anointed with, applied with kunkuma. Okay. The kunkuma is made of musk turmeric. It is made of turmeric. Okay. So Sakunkuma Vilepanam Alika Chumbi Kasturikam. The kasturi, the musk that she has worn, it touches all the alika. Alika is the baby hair in the forehead. It appears as if the baby hair in her forehead, the curls on her forehead, it is being kissed by, touched by that kasturi, the musk that she has worn. Right? Then, Samanda Hasitekshanam. Sa manda hasita. So her hasita, her smile is manda. Manda means it is very gentle. It is not a huge laughter. This gentle smile which spreads into her eyes. It looks like her eyes are smiling gently. Her glance itself has that gentle smile. Then Sashara Chapa Pashankusham. Once again, this description says she holds a bow with arrows, Pasha and Ankusha. When we say Lalita, then it is a given that she has flowery arrows and sugarcane bow. Okay. So along with, Sa means along with. It's a Sanskrita prefix, a prefix which is used to convey along with, the meaning along with. So she is with, or she is along with Shara, Chapa, Pasha, Ankusha. Shara means arrows. Chapa means bow. So she is holding arrows along with a bow, and Ankusha and Pasha. Okay. Then Ashesha Janamohini. Mohini is the one who can delude, one who can attract someone towards her. So when people, get one glance of her, they are so deluded and attracted by her that there is nobody who is not attracted by her. Ashesha means endless. Jana means people. Endless amount of people are deluded, attracted by her. Mohini, Ashesha Jana Mohini. Then Aruna Malya Bhushambara. Malya is garland. Bhusha means robes, dress. Sorry, Bhusha is ornaments. Ambara means dress. So she is wearing Aruna color, orange red color dress. She is wearing Aruna Varna clothes, Aruna Varna ornaments, and Aruna Varna garland. So Aruna Varna ka गार्लैंड यानी मालाएं, अरुण वर्ण के आभूषण, अरुण वर्ण के अंबरा यानी क्लोथ्स, साड़ी या फिर वस्त्र उन्होंने पहना है. Then and because of this she appears like Japa Kusuma Bhasuram. Japa Kusuma is, have you heard of this word before?
Hibiscus.
So hibiscus flower is called Japa Kusuma. So Bhasura is her Kanti, her brilliance. She's shining like she has a brilliance of the redness. She's shining with such a red brilliance like that of a hibiscus flower. And this form is to be meditated. Smaret has to be remembered of the Ambika, of Ambikam. Japa vidhau, when we are going to chant her names. So the shloka says this is the form you have to meditate on, and you are going to begin chanting her names. Okay. So during the mantra japa that we are going to do, Lalita Sahasranama is one full mantra. It's a mala mantra. Right? So before that, we have to meditate on this form of Devi. Why should we meditate, by the way? So that we fixate our mind on her. When her form, we meditate, it appears it cleanses our consciousness, and with single attention, single-minded focus, we are able to finish chanting the entire mantra, that is Lalita Sahasranama. Right? So to fixate our mind, to understand, to give clarity to our mind that this is what we are going to do. We are going to chant her names. What does she look like? To give our mind that focus, we are meditating on that form. So these words will help you meditate better, which is why there's always a dhyana shloka before we chant any mantra. So there are a few, 4 different or more or less the same forms given in 4 shlokas. This tradition to chant the 4 shlokas before we start with the chanting of the 1000 names of Lalita. So from next week, we will start deep diving into the shlokas. So let us finish the Dhyana shlokas. Shall we get into the chanting part now? Is everyone ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So while I ask one person to unmute and chant, I want the others to continue the chanting on mute so that we can, help all the four to chant. Okay. Dhanalakshmi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sinduraruna
Sinduraruna
Vigraham
Vigraham
Trinayanam
Trinayanam
Manikya
Manika
Maulispurat
Maulispurat
Taranayaka
Taranayaka
Shekharam
Shekaram
Nitamukhim
Titamukim
Apina Vakshoruham
Apina Vakshorukham
Panibhyam
Panibhyam
Alipurna
Alipurna
Ratnachashakam
Ratnachashakam
Raktotpalam
Raktotpalam
Bibhratim
Vipratim
Saumyam
Saumyam
Ratnaghatastha
Ratnakatastha
Raktacharanam
Raktacharanam
Yayet
Yayet
Param Ambikam.
Param Ambikam.
Easy to follow, right? You want me to slow down further or break it down further?
No,
Comfortable?
not easy.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Sharda ma'am. Arunam
Arunam
Karunatarangitakshim
Karunatarangitakshim
Dhrita
Dhrita
Pashankusha
Pashankusha
Pushpabanachapam
Pushpabanachapam
Animadibhi
Animadibi
Avritam.
Avritam.
If you want to chant it together, you will say Animadibhiravritam. If you want to split, you can split it here and say Animadibhihi Avritam. Okay. Mayukhaihi
Mayukaihi
Aham Ityeva
Aham Mityeva
Aham Ityeva.
Aham Ityeva.
You want to say it together, it is Aham Ityeva. If you want to split, it is Aham plus Iti plus Eva. Aham Ityeva.
Aham Ityeva.
Oh yes. Vibhavaye
Vibhavaye
Bhavani.
Bhavani.
Thank you. Napotiji. நீங்களே சொல்றீங்களா இல்ல நான் வாங்கி சொல்றீங்களா?
நான் வாங்கி சொல்றேன்.
ध्यायेत्
ध्यायेत्
पद्मासनस्थां
पद्मासनस्थां
विकसितवदनां
विकसितवदनां
पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं
पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं
हेमाभां
हेमाभां
पीतवस्त्रां
पीतवस्त्रां
करकलितलसत्
करकलितलसद्
हेमपद्माम्बराङ्गीं
धेमपद्माम्बराङ्गीं.
Hema. We stopped at lasat.
Okay, ma'am.
So if it is lasat, then we will say Hema Padmambarangim. If
Okay,
we're
ma'am.
using the Sandhi rule and saying it together, then we will say Karakalitha Lasad Dhema. Okay? Lasad
Okay, ma'am.
plus Hema becomes Lasad Dhema.
Okay, ma'am.
If you're splitting it, then it is Lasat plus Hema Padma.
Okay, ma'am.
Varangim
Varangim
Sarvalankarayuktam
Sarvalankarayuktam
Satatamabhayadam
Satatam Abhayadam
Bhaktanamram Bhavanim
Bhaktanamram Bhavanim
Sri Vidyam
श्रीविद्यां
शान्तमूर्तिम्
शान्तमूर्तिं
सकलसुरनुताम्
सकलसुरनुतां
सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीम्.
सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jayalakshmi ma'am. Sakunkuma. You're on mute, ma'am. Mute लगे. हाँ. Sakunkuma. Ma'am, mute लगे.
அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
இப்பதான் கேட்கறது
ஆ
சொல்லு.
ஆ
சகுங்கும
சகுங்கும
விலேபனாம்
விலேபனாம்
அளிகசும்பிகஸ்தூரிகாம்
ஆலிகசும்பிகஸ்தூரிகாம்
சமந்தஹசிதேக்ஷணாம்
சமந்த அதிதேக்ஷணாம்
சஷரசாப
சசரசாப
சஷரசாப
சசரசாப
சாப
சாப
பாஷாங்குஷாம்
பாஷாங்குஷாம்
அசேஷஜனமோகினீம்
அசேஷஜனமோகினீம்
அருணமால்ய
அருணமால்ய
பூஷாம்பராம்
பூஷாம்பராம்
ஜபாகுசுமபாசுராம்
ஜபா குசுமபாசுராம்
ஜபவிதௌ
ஜபவிதௌ
ஸ்மரேதம்பிகாம்.
ஸ்மரேத் அம்பிகாம்.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, any questions in what we've done so far today?
Ma'am, this record link will be available.
Yes.
Any class record?
Yes. All recordings will.
You are sharing.
Yes, I will.
You will share in the group.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
லலிதா சஹஸ்ரநாமம் மட்டும் சாண்டிங் மட்டும் இருக்கிறது அதுவும் அவைலபிளா இருக்கு. ஸோ அதுவும் நான் தரேன்.
Okay.
For daily parayana, it's also there.
Okay.
It's already available on YouTube. It's already there. I'll share the link.
Okay. Now நம்ம டெய்லி இப்போ கிளாஸஸ் அட்டெண்ட் பண்றது ரெக்கார்டட் வந்து லிங்க் வருமா? சும்மா ரிப்பீட்டடா கேட்கறதுக்காக.
அதான் இத அனுப்புறேன்.
இப்போ டெய்லி கிளாஸஸ். ஓகே.
இத வந்து அப்படியே YouTubeல போட்டுருக்கேன். அந்த லிங்க் உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கிறேன். நீங்க எத்தனை தடவை வேணாலும் கேட்டுக்கலாம்.
ஓகே.
சரியா?
ஓகே. Thank you.
Okay. சரி. Any questions? வேற ஏதாவது சந்தேகங்கள்?
இல்ல மேம், கிளியரா இருக்கு.
சரி. Then we'll see next week. We'll start the shlokas. So next week ஆரம்பிக்கும்போது I want all of you to be able to say the தியான ஸ்லோகா. பார்த்து ஓரளவுக்கு to be able to chant it. So let us keep this as a practice. Okay. Let us keep this as a practice. Whatever we do in today's class, like in one class, the next class we will just chant whatever we have done so that we can be in touch with the chanting. Okay. So we've learned the 4 dhyana shlokas today. Let us chant the 4 dhyana shlokas in the beginning of the class. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you have to have the PDF with us to go through or while chanting.
Yes, I can.
Why? Because in Google I searched for that, but I can't get this 4 dhyana sloka next by next, I think. Is it so?
It's available in a lot of websites, but I can share this document with you. Not a problem.
I'll take the printout and keep it with me now.
Yes. So I'll keep updating this document. Okay, so இதை print out எடுத்துக்கணும்னா எடுத்துக்கோங்க, எனக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. But I'll give this drive link to you. This document will go on updating.
Okay.
It's not finished yet. I have not made it completely.
Okay.
As of now, in this document, only the Dhyana shlokas are available. If you want to separately take, because it has word by word meaning there. Did you see the document? Give me a moment. I'll share it with you.
Yes, ma'am. We will take it. Take the printout, ma'am.
See, I have word by word meaning given here. See. Okay. Is this visible?
Yes, ma'am. We are able to see.
Yeah, so this is there. Each word by word meaning is there. Okay. So I'll send this to you. I'll share this in the group. You can take a printout of that if you need.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Chalo then. See you around next week. Until then, Ram Ram.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
If I'm not,
Thank you.
if I'm not able to do this class on next Saturday, if there's an alternate time I want to connect, when is that likely to be? When can we